The Scotbu coastline emerges from the fog, a desolate stretch where the sea relentlessly pounds the rocks. Björn and I walk in silence, our figures small against the vast and different landscape. Björn and I arrived at Scotbu for a summer retreat. He was soon to marry, but his eyes carried a silent burden that words could not reach. The air hangs heavy with unspoken words, the fog a metaphor for the secrets we keep. The weight of unspoken burdens is palpable, hanging in the air as thickly as the fog itself. Midnight. In the rustic cottage, I lie in bed, eyes wide open, staring into the oppressive darkness. A piercing screech shatters the silence, a sound of metal grinding against metal. I sit up abruptly, the sound echoing in my ears, peering out the window into the inky blackness. I heard a noise, like iron wheels grinding on rails, but there were no tracks nearby. The grinding sound lingers, a haunting reminder of the unseen. In the hushed woods, villagers form a circle of sorrow around B.J. Uren's still form. B.J. Uren lies lifeless, a thick, broken branch nearby hinting at the horror. Police officers move with grim determination, their methodical examination piercing the morning's quiet. The scene whispers of tragedy, the initial assessment pointing to a cruel accident. Just hours after that sound, Björn was found dead. No signs of a struggle, no witnesses, an accident, or something far worse. At the crime scene, Detective Cragg arrives, his gaze sweeping across the grim tableau. His sharp eyes methodically dissect every detail, seeking the silent stories etched into the scene. He advances, his expression an inscrutable mask, a silent prelude to the storm of truth he carries within. His voice cuts through the air, a chilling observation. Do you know why the head is the most common target in murder cases? With a haunting pause, he reveals the grim motive. Because it's the easiest way to silence memory. Tormented, the narrator writhes in his bed, a prisoner of the night. A chilling echo pierces the silence, a chariot's relentless grinding. The sound haunted me every night, like a ghost dragging guilt across my brain. He clutches his head, desperate to silence the tormenting noise. The narrator is unable to escape the agonizing sounds. In the dim room, Cragg and the narrator sit in shadows, files scattered between them. The flickering lamp casts eerie shadows, heightening the tension. Cragg's gentle hand lands on the narrator's shoulder, a gesture of profound revelation. Cragg speaks with heavy certainty. You killed Bjorn. You did it. And forgot. The weight of Cragg's words hangs heavy in the air, each syllable a hammer blow. You loved Karen. You resented your friend. So your mind split into two. In a sudden, brutal act, the narrator's face twists with fury as he raises a heavy club. The club descends, striking Björn with savage force. Björn crumples to the ground, defeated. The narrator collapses, seized by violent tremors, his mind dissolving into blankness. In the dimly lit room, the narrator's blank stare pierces the silence, his eyes reflecting a growing storm of confusion and horror. The narrator's face is a canvas of bewilderment as the weight of dawning horror begins to sink in. Confusion clouds his gaze, a silent scream trapped in his throat as the dreadful realization dawns. His eyes, wide with disbelief, struggle to comprehend the unfolding nightmare. The narrator's face contorts in a silent scream, his eyes reflecting the abyss of his dawning horror. His mind reels, grappling with the horrifying truth that threatens to shatter his reality. In the stark interrogation room, the narrator sits opposite Cragg, his face pale with anxiety. Cragg's gaze is intense, his expression unreadable as he observes the narrator's discomfort. A photograph slides across the polished surface of the table, a cheerful image of Björn and Karen. The narrator's eyes fixate on the photograph, the smiling faces of Björn and Karen, a stark contrast to the grim setting. The photograph rests between them, a silent accusation hanging in the air. The weight of the unspoken words presses down, filling the room with palpable tension. In the dim light of a rustic cottage, the narrator begins to pace, his shadow dancing ominously on the walls. An unsettling sound pierces the night. A grinding chariot grows closer, shaking the very foundations of the cottage. The sound intensifies, vibrating through the floor, each rumble a hammer blow to the narrator's sanity. Desperate, the narrator clutches his head, his knuckles bone white as he battles the encroaching memories. His mind becomes a battleground, the noise and memories threatening to consume him entirely. The cottage walls seem to close in, amplifying the torment as the narrator fights to maintain his grip on reality. The narrator walks the desolate shore, his form a dark shadow against the pale sand. Waves crash against the rocks, their rhythm echoing the narrator's inner turmoil. A memory flickers. Laughter with Björn, now a painful echo. Guilt descends, a heavy cloak weighing down the narrator's spirit. The narrator continues his walk, the weight of his burden visible in every step. In the dim room, shadows dance under the lone, swaying bulb, casting an eerie glow on Crag's face. A grim satisfaction tightens Crag's features as he gestures dramatically, revealing a dark secret. This is it, the weapon, found hidden near the cottage. Crag presents the narrator with a heavy, blood-stained club, its crude form whispering tales of violence. Under the interrogation room's unforgiving glare, the carefully constructed facade begins to crack. A torrent of repressed memories floods the mind, unleashing a tidal wave of guilt and horror. Tears stream down the face, each drop a testament to the overwhelming emotional collapse. Uncontrollable sobs rack the body, shaking the very core of being. In a moment of utter vulnerability, the weight of the past becomes unbearable. In the oppressive dimness of his cell, the narrator's gaunt face is a mask of weariness. He sits poised, a pen hovering over the stark white papers, ready to spill his secrets. The weight of his confession hangs heavy in the air, each word a step closer to redemption or ruin. He pauses, the silence amplifying the prison's unseen horrors. Every rustle, every distant cry, pierces the veil of his solitude. The prison whispers its tales of despair, each echo a haunting reminder of his confinement. In the dim prison cell, the narrator's hand moves deliberately across the page, each stroke sealing his fate. The final words of his confession drip from the quill, staining the stark paper with truth. Each letter is a hammer blow, forging the chains of his destiny. The confession nears its end, the weight of his sins heavy on his hand. The ink glistens, a dark mirror reflecting the narrator's soul laid bare. The final stroke is complete. The confession, a testament to his guilt, now stands as his epitaph. A desolate prison cell, where cold light paints long shadows across the unforgiving concrete. In the echoing silence, a haunting confession begins. I don't remember killing my friend, but I did. The chilling revelation continues. The iron chariot, I heard, came not from the outside, but from deep within me. The final, isolating truth descends. No one else could hear it, only me. The iron chariot, a sound only he could hear, echoes in the confines of his mind.